Hello and welcome to From China with Love. This is your girl China Love.
And today, we have some new makeup.
So I got these two eyeshadow palettes from Kokie Cosmetics. And I've never tried this brand before. But I saw this lady, beautiful Indian lady, on YouTube, and she did this beautiful cut crease. I just want you guys to know, I did try to do the look for you guys when I tested out the palettes, and that'll be following soon. I did 3 looks, including this one, and I'll show you guys some swatches in a second. So this is the Arabian Nights palette. Very pretty, very beautiful. Oh my god, they're so pigmented, so pretty colors. And this is the Pure Magic Essentials eyeshadow palette, and that is what she is looking like. Beautiful, magical. And I'll show you guys some swatches too in a second of all the colors. I do want to say about these palettes, they are very, very pretty, very, very pigmented. Some tips. The pink, I tried to use the pink here. The pink color Mesmerize. I did try to use that on this look, but I mixed it with, tried to blend it with the purple Goddess. Beautiful. And they did not blend well together. I also did try to use the purple color on a wet primer base, which could also be a part of the reason why. Some eyeshadows work good with a wet base, but this particular one did not. So when you do put your base down, you do want to set it with some translucent powder, and that did help. When I was putting on the other colors, it did help it blend better. The look turned out okay, still cute, but the pink is just not as bright as I wanted it to be. I used it on my under eye as well. Just not as bright as it is in the palette when I used it. I'm playing around with it some more. What else? They're just a great palette. They're just great palettes. I really love both of them. This Pure Magic, this Arabian Nights, especially the Arabian Nights one. Oh my god, look at that again. That blue jewel, oh my god, that's what I have on my eyes right now. I love it so much. So if you want to see the swatches and you want to see some looks, inspired and original, stay tuned for a second and we'll get right into that. Bye. Thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe. So first, here are the swatches for the Arabian Nights palette. And I did swatch from left to right, top down. And here are the swatches for the Pure Magic. And you notice some of the browns are really close to my tone, so they don't pop as much, but very pigmented. Okay, so we are going to be starting by priming our lids, and we're going to be I'll be using the LA Girl in the color Toffee, and I did my eyebrows off camera. This video is going to be all about the shadows. I'm not going to do a full face on camera here. So for our first look, this is the inspired look. We're going to be starting with that color in the Arabian Night palette. We're going to be starting with Royalty. And I'm going in with a dome brush. And I'm just packing that and just creating a line, a bold winged line right in the crease. And we want that nice and bold. And again, we are using the color Royalty. Now we're going to do the same thing on our other eye. Try to mirror that shape as best you can. And you want to just keep going over to get the boldness that you want. Next, we will be going in with Fiery in our Arabian Nights palette. And we're just going to blend that right over top of where we laid down Royalty. So we're going to put that in our kind of our transition area above our crease. And we're just going to blend that out. But also kind of following the shape of that wing. One thing I find with these palettes, it's good to put the color down first where you want it and then blend. That way you get the best color payoff. Now I'm just going back in with a flat, small flat brush. And just with the very tip of the brush, I'm going in with Royalty again in the crease area to re-intensify that crease color. But only like directly in the crease, only directly on that line we originally created. So we want it kind of to be bold, but smoked out at the same time, if that makes any sense. Now I'm going back in with the LA Girl in the color Toffee, and I am priming my cut crease. Cutting out that crease, and we're going to follow the whole wing. The smoother and the more even you apply your primer, the less patchy your shadows are going to be. Don't nobody want no patchy shadow. So just keep cleaning that up, smoothing that out. Now I'm just going in with the flat brush again with royalty, whatever royalty is left on there, just to clean up that inner corner. Now I'm just going in with a medium shadow brush, and I'm mixing golden and bronze. I'm gonna pack that all over the lid for a nice foil effect. And I'm just gonna keep packing until I get the desired coverage and the desired foiled gold effect that I want. The more you pack, I feel like the more foiled it looks. And the more that golden and that bronze really pop. I stopped packing, but I feel like where I stopped packing, I could have packed more. So if you really want this look to pop, keep packing. I feel like the gold might have also popped a little more if I had used a lighter primer base, maybe a white primer base, which I am going to use for the rest of my looks. Take a second to check yourself out in the mirror. Make sure everything's looking nice and even. Now I'm going to go in with Wish, and I'm going to blend that into my transition area. I did go a little heavier than I wanted to go. And I'm going to also blend Palace in there as well. The one thing that I do, guys, that I've noticed that I do is when I'm not sure about a look or what next step I want to take, I start playing with my transition area. Comment below if you have any weird makeup habits. Next, I'm going to be going in with a black liner. The first one I'm going to be using is Wet n Wild H2O Proof. I love the darkness. It's just in black, regular black. But that applicator had me messed up, you guys. It's a solid applicator. It's not like a flexible applicator. But we gonna make it work, y'all. Comment below if you have any eyeliner wing troubles. We gonna make it work, y'all. So then I grabbed my go-to, which is the e.l.f. liner in black. Sorry, this one is jet black. And she never fails me. And we're just doing a dramatic, bold wing. We want it to be kind of thick, not too thick. And you don't want to connect it all the way with the red. You want to leave a gap so that gold peeks kind of through between the red and the black. And you want to follow that wing that we made with our royalty earlier. So you guys, I decided to leave it in there so you guys can see me finesse this wing, because these wings were a struggle. So whenever I have a mess up on the lid, I go in with the shadow color, depending on what the color of the shadow is. I'll just take a little bit of that shadow after the mess up dries a little bit, and I'll clean it up. Does anybody else use that trick? Definitely helps save me from having to redo a whole eye. Now we're just gonna go in and clean up underneath our wing tips. And boom. The fun never stops. Anybody else ever have to take a pause when they're doing their makeup and just Say a prayer in your head. Give yourself that wink for confidence. Take a breather. And that is the final look. For our next look, we're going to be using the Pure Magic palette. And we're going to be starting with the color Bewitched. Again, I'm using that dome brush, and I'm going to place that in my outer V. I've already primed my lids with the LA Girl in Toffee. I haven't primed my entire lids. So we're going to go in with that beautiful cream color Bewitched. And we're going to get that outer V. We want it to sit in our crease a little. You guys, this look might be my favorite look. Green is one of my favorite colors, and these greens brought everything. I'm already feeling it. Comment below if you do little dances in the mirror while you do your makeup. So I'm just blending it out over to my crease. The color is making me so happy. The payoff is making me so happy. So next, I'm going into my transition area. Again, we gotta think. I did this one on the fly, guys. I didn't plan it out beforehand. So I'm throwing in Ritual into that transition area. And now I'm testing out these other greens to see what we got. And I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So we're going in with Potion, and I want to blend that over into my crease and a little bit into my transition, but mostly in my crease area. Like I said, with these colors, you really want to, some of them you have to build up a little more. And I'm just going back in with Bewitched to deepen that up in the outer V. You always want to go back and reinvigorate the colors you previously had applied in between applications. And now I'm going in with a large blending brush with nothing on it, and I'm just blending that out a little. Now we are going to be priming our lids, only exactly on our lids, and we're going to be using the NYX eyeshadow primer.
I look up to the mountains.
And I think I saw someone do this trick on another YouTube video.
My strength comes from God.
You put the primer along your lash line, and you kind of rotate your eyeball and your eyelid. It kind of naturally outlines your natural lid space, and that will be the area that's seen when your eyes are open. So if you struggle with your eyeshadow showing up when you apply it because your crease is too deep, or you lose that visual when your eyes are open, you can definitely use this trick. I mean, it also helps to put your crease above where your natural crease is when you're applying your makeup. So like I said, we're gonna make that nice and smooth and even, full coverage. Patting that out with our large concealer brush. Just try to get the shape right. And even on both sides. And now we're going in with a detailed shadow brush, and we are applying mystery all over the lids. Guys, this is such a pretty color. It's like a minty teal almost. I would call it minty teal. It's such a pretty color. It's like a green blue. And like I said previously, you just keep packing to get that pop, to get that foiled look. Pack as desired. Also, side note, I did not set any of the primers so far on these looks. I have not used any translucent powder to set when I prime at all. So these shadows have applied so far pretty well on a wet base. Particularly the metallics have set real well on a wet base. Now I'm just going back in with that dome brush, and I'm gonna blend out that Bewitch in my outer third of my eye and in my crease a little bit more. And I am so in love with this look. I'm just going back in with Potion. And like I said, reinvigorating that color. Going back in with Ritual. A little bit of poof. And I'm going to apply that all to my brow bone area. And then I'm going to highlight my brow with Mystic. Using that flat, small shadow brush. And blending it out with my fingers. Love it, love it, love it. And then I'm also going to place Mystic in my inner corners as well. Using that same brush. Now I'm taking that large concealer brush and using whatever is left, and I'm gonna swipe that under my under eyes, and then I'm going to take this wide, dense, flat detail brush, and I'm gonna take Potion and swipe to that, smoke that under the eyes, and then I'm gonna take Bewitch and get a little closer to the lash line with that. Comment below if you guys like monotone eye colors. I'm really, really enjoying this look. I think I might want to do a yellow one next. And now I'm just going to go in with a subtle wing with my e.l.f. Jet Black liner, liquid liner. I'm just doing a real skinny, subtle wing, not too dramatic. Get it nice and even with the other side. Cousins, if not sisters, if not twins. And that is the look. Alright, for this last look, we're going to be using both palettes. And again, I'm kind of winging it. So I'm going in with this doe foot brush. And I'm taking Wish and I'm throwing that in my crease. I typically always use this kind of color for a transition color when I'm starting a look that I'm not really sure about. I think these orange brown shades are really good transition colors for women of color. I'm just going over that again with a little bit of fiery. I'm deepening that up. Now we are going in from the Arabian Nights palette with Jewel. This might be one of my favorite colors in these palettes. That electric royal blue, oh my god. And it kind of glows. It's kind of, I don't even know. It's just so beautiful. I'm so happy. Comment below if while you're doing your makeup you surprise yourself and you just gotta stop and be like, who is this? So we're just getting that into our outer V. And we're gonna blend that into our crease. Do your dance. And now we're gonna prime with that NYX Eyeshadow Primer base. And only on our lid. I'm actually even trying to cut it a little bit smaller than my actual lid. Because that's the look that I want to go for today. Just smooth that out. Nice even coverage. And I know in the beginning I was talking about the pink Mesmerize and the purple Goddess. It was actually Mesmerize and Royalty. And you'll see that in a second when I put it down on this wet foundation. I was also kind of rushing because I did poke myself in the eye earlier and my eyes started watering a lot. But the show must go on. So now I'm taking a small detail shadow brush and I'm trying to pack on Royalty on this wet primer base. And you see how patchy it is. You can see, I'm getting closer for you guys to see. She is not liking this. She is not liking this at all. So off camera, I do actually go in with a translucent powder and set my lids before I apply any other colors. And that was the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. So now I'm going in with Mesmerize from the Pure Magic palette. And she is applying much better after I have set my primer with a translucent powder. I'm just not quite happy with the way that royalty is looking, so I tried to blend the Mesmerize into the royalty a little bit more, and it still just was looking so patchy to me. But we have come this far. So what I ended up doing, going back into that transition so we can think. We're thinking. We will not be discouraged. We will not be dismayed. It's only a fail if you quit and you wipe it off. So now I'm re-deepening that jewel color because it's my favorite. I'm still thinking about how to save this look for myself. If you like it like this, definitely keep it. But I decided to go ahead and take Enchant from the Pure Magic palette. And I'm taking a flat shadow brush and I'm just popping that over top of Mesmerize and Royalty. And I'm going to blend that out. And it didn't quite look the way I thought it would, but I still really liked it. It saved the look for me. It definitely, to me, it was giving me like these cosmic Nebula vibes. And I'm all about it. I love it. It was giving me like Galaxy Babe vibes. And I'm with it. I'm for it. So now we're just going to highlight our brows using Poof and blending that out with my fingers. And I am loving it so far. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our under eye. Like I said, we're gonna take that brush and swipe whatever is left on it. I'm using the smaller brush now. It does have quite a bit of product left on it, so I'm just gonna sweep that underneath my eyelids. And I do set it with that translucent powder. And then we are going to be going in again with Mesmerize. And I'm just going to sweep that all over that under eye. And then I also do use that Mesmerize to set my waterline, where I put the eyeshadow primer before. And I'm just going to deepen up that jewel a little bit more. Really get that pop and glow. I'm going to connect that to the bottom where Mesmerize is. And we're just going to be popping Sand from the Arabian Nights palette into our inner corner and a little bit on our lower lid. And that is going to be the look. You can add liner if you want. I didn't use mascara with any of these looks just because it was a quick tutorial, quick demo. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Comment below what your favorite look was. Comment below if you think you might get one of these palettes too. Thank you so much for watching. From China with love. We'll see you next time. Stay blessed.